So good morning, Savannah. It's Monday, August 10th, 2020, and welcome to Savannah Community Headlines Live. This weekly gathering was created at the very beginning of this pandemic as a way to stay connected. So think of this like as a virtual water cooler. So we got a lot of hosts today, a lot. I don't think we've ever had such a full show, but this is going to be fun. We've got Sarah Watson with Savannah Magazine talking about the New Guard Awards application. Hey, Sarah. We have Kale Hall with the Creative Approach talking about pivoting during COVID. We have Paula Chrysler with Healthy Savannah talking about how to apply for the Encourage Health speaker series. We also have Chris Schuler with Christopher Productions talking about his upcoming documentary class that I've actually taken in the past. And oh boy, did y'all just hear that thunder? I hope we don't lose. We're on an island and we could lose. And we have LVM with a Culturist Union that offers small businesses a workspace and a marketplace to sell your products. Where's LV? There we go. We also have Catalina Garcia Quick and Carmel Kern and myself, Marjorie Young. Good morning. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is a really full show, but we'll just have to make this work. It's the first day of school with Chatham County. I think Effingham went back last Wednesday, and Catalina, your little girl just started, didn't she?
Yeah, well, the private schools went back today, or at least the Catholic private schools went back. I think the public schools go back. I want to say it's the 19th, I believe, is when. And the public schools, they're going back virtually for the first 9 weeks. The private schools here in Savannah opted to go back in person. So we didn't. We're doing online. They gave us that option. But yeah, today was first day of fifth grade for my youngest.
Aww. Tell her good morning. If she can come on and we can wave to her. She's such a great little artist. Aww. So anyhow, Paula Chrysler, I know you are running out of here, and thank you for joining us. Do you mind giving us heads up with the lecture series coming up?
Sure. You want me to do that right now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so this is the 7th year partnering with Market, and many of you that are listening and watching know about the Encourage Health educational series. And we usually do that in person, but because of COVID, we are moving to an online platform where so before we were initially in our first year limited to 100 folks coming and then 200 folks. We moved up in place, but now we can have thousands join us. And so we have an application online for speakers. And again, I'm with Healthy Savannah. So the big picture of our Encourage Health is to bring speakers in, and I'm sure that Carmel, you can put that website up there. Somebody can about where people can apply, but it's a presenter application on the healthysavannah.org Facebook page. You'll see the Encourage Health logo on there. But basically, we're looking for folks that are want to present on wellness in the big picture of things. We're not talking about necessarily health care. There's a lot of wonderful folks out there that can talk about that. But what we're trying to do at Healthy Savannah and with Market and Encourage Health is to get way upstream and have folks talk to us about how to stay healthy so we don't have to worry about all those end places where a lot of folks are these days. So we're really excited about it. Again, it's a great partnership with Market, Healthy Savannah, and we've had a lot of great speakers in the past. And so Encourage Health all the way, that phrase stands alone, but at the same time, so just go to healthysavannah.org and look for the Encourage Health logo and put your application in there. We look forward to it.
Awesome. Last year, there's been some really awesome speakers. From weightlifting to nutrition. We had Peter Brogdon. Is that
Broadhead?
Yep.
Broadhead. Yes.
Broadhead. Yep. So seriously, if you have something to share that other folks in the community can benefit from, please apply. When did I actually got bumped off from the thunder or lightning or something, but I'm back on. Didn't even notice, did you? Notice how I'm in a different square.
So here's, so yes, by this month, August 21st, it's a Friday, by 5 p.m. And it's all online, so they'll come right to me, and we then have this group of folks that will be reviewing all the applications and selecting. So we have slots for 4. The first one is October 1st, and then we start back up again in January of 2021. So we're going to continue this through, do all the good stuff to keep us all safe.
Paula, your organization, Healthy Savannah, is absolutely moving the needle. Tell us about that wonderful stat when our mayor came into office and had a heart attack and said, we need to do something about this.
So that happened in 2000. Actually, he had his heart attack in 2006. And so in 2007, this was my former Mayor Otis Johnson. And he said that if this can happen to me, this can happen to my entire community. And so that's when he planted the seed. And we started off with little or no money to start with, but we had the support of a lot of folks, and we've done a lot of community engagement in the grassroots space, especially with our low wealth African American population, and trying to bring to light. So right now, while everybody seems like racial and health equity is like, oh my goodness, this is brand new. No, this is we've been working in this space for a long time. And one of the first policies, so we're not programmatic. We call ourselves a social movement, not a program, not a project. And we want the healthy choice to be easy for everyone. And so the statistic that you're thinking about, I think, Marjorie, is that when we were able to pass the smoke-free air policy it was passed in 2010, implemented January 1st, 2011, and where we brought smoke-free air to all indoor public spaces. And since that time, several things have happened. So here's the social movement part. Then unincorporated Chatham County passed an ordinance. Pooler put it on their ballot in 2014. The school system implemented a smoke-free air policy, a stronger one, as did the university system, the hospitals. And so that's what you call a social movement. You start going forward, and there's just no stopping it. And because of that, our deaths and death rates due to heart attack and heart disease have plummeted in Chatham County. We used to be the worst in the Coastal Health District, and now we are absolutely have the best numbers in that space. So if we can do it there, we can do it with all other things, and that's our mission. And Kale has been on the team for a very long time. Of course, Marjorie, you have too, and Catalina, everybody has, that's what it takes. All of us. It's like, wow, yes, I get to be the spokesperson. It takes all of us to make this happen.
Absolutely.
I remember meeting you back in the very, very beginning. I had a neighbor that you were friends with, and I was walking my dog one day, and she was like, you have to meet this lady named Paula. And we all went to lunch at 5 Spot, and you guys were literally, like, I don't even know if you had I think it was in that no money stage when it was like the beginning of grant writing and all that kind of stuff. So I personally appreciate that smoke-free environment movement. So no, the work that you guys do is phenomenal. And for those that don't know, healthysavannah.org, you can find out everything you want to know.
Chris with Christopher Productions, this might actually be a good documentary of how this organization has absolutely moved the needle. Chris has done, I want to brag on Chris for a second, because go ahead. Hold on. I took his documentary class. He has done some major documentaries that have run on NPR. And the last one you just did was with vaping, right? The dangers of vaping.
Yeah, we did a whole thing. Paula, as you were talking about healthy things, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but we work with people all over the country and actually all over the world on health-related issues, especially for youth as they start discovering things. So the vaping issue, opioid addiction, alcohol, marijuana, all those things. And we create documentaries and then social marketing tools that are created along with youth to help them help each other, essentially stay healthy. So what you're doing, I think, is spectacular. And anything we can do to help would be great. And if you want to send somebody over to take our class, I'm going to talk about it later, I'm sure.
No, go ahead and talk about it.
Well, we're teaching. There's a whole format that you can use it when you want to start doing a documentary. As Carmel knows, she's done tons of these. You get into it and you go, how do I do this? What happens? What are the steps? How do I get money to make it happen? Where do I distribute it? How do I hone down the project? How do I shoot it? We're going to go over all that in a 2-day class that'll be September 12th and 13th. And we do this all over the country, but in Savannah, because my good friend John Grace teaches at Savannah Tech, as many of you know, we're going to offer a special discount for anybody from Savannah that wants to take this course, and you can find it on my website.
I took it. I've taken it twice.
You were great too. You were fabulous.
I took it with the intent of producing a documentary for my mother.
About your mom.
And I've got a lot of feedback, so I'm going to bounce out again. Carmel, can you take over? I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's funny what you were talking about documentaries. My first one was health related too. I think it's a really great topic that people are always interested in, but you've got to have a platform for it somehow, somewhere for that discussion. And documentaries are
if
just
you can put them into schools in particular. All ours are designed so that you can pull out sections of them, and then we create curriculum guides with them so that people can use them in small groups from elementary, mid, high school, or adult groups, religious organizations, all those sorts of things. So it's not just the 1/2 hour or the 1 hour show that broadcasts on television. It's all these other little elements that you can pull out to hopefully make a difference.
So who should be taking these classes? Teachers?
Yeah, I would say anybody who's
people.
interested in learning about the process and having sort of a format. My friend, do any of you watch Little House on the Prairie?
Long time ago.
So one of my best friends, Dean Butler, who was Almanzo, took my last course. He now produces. If you watch the Golf Channel, he produces the Faraday Show. So he wants to do more in the documentary side, and he wants to do more in the social issue side. So he took the course and just loved it. It's just it's not only me teaching, but it's also us working together. We already have signed up for that particular class. A real high-level producer from LA is involved. We got a producer here in Albuquerque who's going to be taking that course. So we all sort of work together and support each other and form a team, essentially, even over a short weekend. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I have lifelong friends out of that class now. Yeah. I've taken it twice. I mean, in September, I should be able to take it again. Yeah.
Well, and I think, a lot of when you said, who should take this class, one of the organizations that I'm involved with, which is it's Communities and Schools, the executive director of Atlanta Communities and Schools just recently did a documentary to tell not only the story of the organization, but his personal story. And his personal story was he came from, a low wealth family, lots of barriers, lots of different things occurring. He's African American. He lived in subsidized housing. Just the whole journey. And he talked about not only his journey and starting with with his childhood and the struggles that he had with education there, but how the resources and people and mentors and those kind of things helped him get to where he is today. And all of that tied in with the demographic of people that his organization serve. And it was kind of a short film documentary, but it gave an opportunity for him to not only tell his story, but tell the story of the organization. And then that was actually carried to the national level. It was featured on a variety of things. It was picked up by media. And it really, they have an $8 million a year budget up there. And all of that tied in with the demographic feedback that his organization serves. And
Catalina, bounce out and come back in.
Kind of a short film documentary.
Oh, there
but
she
it
is.
gave an opportunity for him to not only tell his story, but tell the
I
story.
need to bounce out again too.
And then that was actually carried to the national level. It was featured on a variety of things. It was picked up by media. And it really, I mean, they have an $8 million a year budget. And all of that tied in with the demographic feedback that this organization serves.
Oh gosh, we've got a really bad storm over here. So anyhow, let's, how's it right now?
The beauty of the whole thing is, I think one of the great things about this is exactly what we're doing here and exactly what you've done, Marjorie. And I'm sure what your new book is about. I haven't read it yet, but I want to read your new book. But the idea that now we are in a great position. I know it's a bizarre time, but it's a wonderful time in the sense that we can connect in ways that we've never connected before.
Like this.
I mean, I'm in Albuquerque, for goodness sake, and we're all talking. We're having a great time on a Monday morning. And you can have these kinds of interesting connections. And the distribution that you were talking about with that gentleman's documentary, the ability to use that in all sorts of different platforms and reach people who have never been reached before in that. I mean, television, it's great. And some people, we do documentaries because people want their name on a TV show or they want to win an Emmy or whatever it is. TV really isn't the place to get people anymore. If you want to target people, Cale's nodding, he knows it's true. If you want to target people, you go exactly where they want to be. And especially if you want to target young people, you have to be where they live, which is not in television. It's in all these social media platforms.
Yeah, it's an interesting world, and we were thrown into it with COVID. I mean, we are people that reluctantly use Zoom. I mean, we have to now.
Yeah.
So, LB, your organization is you actually have a place where people go and hang out, right? So how have you pivoted?
So no, COVID kind of made us pivot too. We were in the process of opening up a co-working space, and right before we signed the lease, maybe a week or so, COVID came down and we decided not to, and it's probably been the best decision because I honestly don't know what would have happened. But you know, the Culturist Union has been able to pivot really well. We did some voting Zoom calls. We did forums. So, you know, at least Chatham County can meet the people that they're voting for. We've done roundtable discussions. We've done virtual meetups and hangouts. And so we've been able to pretty much do everything that we would have been able to do in a brick and mortar space online. So that's been great.
So I have to brag about LB. She actually won the SCORE Biz Pitch. That's how I met her last year. And that's a hard thing to win because there's a lot of people competing, and she has such a great platform and a way to connect our folks in the community, and you're following out that mission. So
absolutely. Thank you.
So what would you like everybody watching to know about? I mean, how can we get involved? How can we participate in the conversations?
Definitely. Obviously, we are where the people are. So we're on all of the social media platforms. You can follow us at the Culturist Union. If you go to our website, you can sign up for a forum. You can sign up for a class. You can get mentorship or connections to minority businesses here in the Savannah area. Send us a message if you want to collaborate and partner with us. Yeah, I think that's really it. Just, you know, check out our website, check out our social media, and say hello.
LB, I wonder if Paula, have you done anything with the Reach outreach, the Reach team? I mean, that might be a really good connection there with you two. If you guys can connect offline.
Yeah, LB, I would love to. So REACH is a big CDC grant that we received. We're just 2 years into it, but it's called REACH, stands for Racial and Ethnic Approaches to Community Health. It's 5 years and $3.4 million. I've got a whole team that's working on it, and definitely I'm on your website now. I was checking it out, and so would definitely
a big focus of ours is cultural marketing, making sure that people in organizations are connecting to minority businesses, minority individuals. So definitely definitely.
Perfect. Thank you so much, LB. So Sarah, you get to deal with a lot of rock stars, and I don't know, LB, have you been nominated for the new what's the new
guard?
The new guard. Oh God. The new guard with Savannah Magazine. Sarah, tell us about the new guard and all these rock stars you're working with.
Absolutely. Sure, there's a sun going by, so if that's what you hear, sorry. But to begin with, I mean, hearing Elby's story and what she's done is really kind of exactly what we aim to amplify and share with our readers in each year's New Guard. The New Guard recognizes people who are doing amazing things in Savannah from all different sectors, whether they're entrepreneurs or business leaders. Thinking back to last year's New Guard, we had animal adoption activists, we had artists, we had architects. So really all sorts of kind of Savannah's best and brightest. We get nominations. You can nominate yourself, or if you have a friend or a colleague or just someone that you really admire in the community, you can nominate them on their behalf. We get to sort through all these nominations and choose our new guard each year. I will say technically, it's sort of the best and brightest. We do look for kind of younger faces, people under 40, but we're not going to check your driver's license. It's just sort of a guideline. But that's the new guard, and we are actively looking for submissions right now. If you go to our website, savannahmagazine.com, you can see the full kind of link at the bottom. But if you just go to our website, there's an article there, and it'll take you through, so you don't have to click on that big old link, but it'll take you through to our submission platform. And you can just kind of follow the prompts. It'll ask you what about this person makes them be a good fit for New Guard. And in addition to big sort of things that they're doing professionally, another aspect of the New Guard is sort of a charitable or philanthropic aspect. So really kind of having the roots in the community and doing important things, not only professionally, but also in their personal lives.
Did you say how many years you've been doing this now? It's been a lot of years.
Me, I'm one of the new ones.
Yeah, I know.
So
but
I've been with the
Savannah Magazine, they've been doing it for a number of years.
Oh, of course. Sure, the magazine has, and in fact, this is actually the magazine's 30th anniversary. So New Guard hasn't been around quite that long, but it's definitely a banner year for the magazine, and we are really excited to have everything 2020, as strange a year as it's been. We're really excited to still be able to do all of these things. We're putting together our annual reader voted Best of Savannah list, so that'll still be there this year, and our annual New Guard. So I won't go as far to say it's business as usual, but under these kind of strange circumstances, we're still able to really highlight the important aspects going on in the city.
There's so many rock stars coming up. I don't know how y'all are going to pick, because I mean, this whole community is just moving the needle. Everybody wants to move to Savannah. It's just awesome. Sarah?
It's so true. And it's really exciting. I get to see the nominations come in. So I'm always curious sort of what I get to look at. We haven't really dug in yet, but I hope that getting the word out there a little bit more means that, if you, like I said, whether it's a friend, just somebody you admire, yourself, if you're doing amazing things, go ahead and submit. Submissions are due September 13th. So you still have plenty of time, more than a month now, which is crazy. September's that close, but still September 13th. And then we'll kind of go through from there.
So Sarah, tell us about your background. You came on about a year ago with Savannah Magazine.
I did, yes. So my background way back is in journalism. And then I've worked kind of in newsrooms. I've kind of the marketing and PR side. I've worked in magazines. So this just felt like a really wonderful opportunity. As a relatively new person to Savannah, it allows me to have fresh eyes and a real passion for getting to learn and love where I live. So it's been a really nice fit, and I just love the community here. And I'm going to be here about house, all that good stuff.
Oh, that's a big commitment. That's awesome. That is awesome, Sarah. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information. So again, if you know somebody in their 40s and below 40s that's moving the needle, make sure you nominate them. This is a really important
Of course.
award.
And again, I would say, LB, nominate yourself. Somebody nominate.
I'll nominate you, LB. Definitely. Absolutely. So thank you, Sarah, so much. And Kale, I'm sure you've already won all these awards. Absolutely. Kale, you probably have won all these awards in the past. Kale and I go way back. I met Kale in Leadership Savannah in 2000.
Yeah. Way back when. And you helped guide Creative Approach when we first gave birth to it.
Oh, I remember brainstorming with you. I think it was down in St. Simon's, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, right after we did the ropes course.
That's right, which, we can't do anymore with COVID for now. But anyhow, so Kale, you've had just it's just really been fun to watch your progression over the years from you're just such an entrepreneur, and then you go to seminary, and then you open a place in Atlanta, and then you open after Savannah. So COVID kind of put a weird halt to some things. So tell us what you're going to do.
Well, COVID put an absolute stop to a lot of things. I believe it was March 20th when we made the decision to close both locations and just take orders online and have a little bit of production going on. And that lasted till June 1st. And we did receive PPP, and we were able to keep people paid, and we received a little bit of the idle money, which kept everything together until the 1st of July. And we had to reevaluate the situation. And we looked at Atlanta, and we looked at Savannah, and we looked at the company as a whole. And the Savannah property we own, the Atlanta property we lease. And Savannah is the headquarters of the company. And so we made the decision to stop production in Atlanta. I'll give you all some figures that may blow your mind. It costs $105,000 a month to run the Atlanta store, to break even with payroll, with Xerox machines, with rent, taxes, products. And our sales went down 95% after COVID started. And it just was not feasible to keep that in operation. Savannah has not lost as much. I think we're down about 45%, which is amazing. So what we did is we shuttered production in Atlanta and offered our team in Atlanta jobs in Savannah. And 2/3 have taken that opportunity, and we have one that's working remote. And interesting that when I made the announcement that Atlanta was shuttering, we had people come out of the woodwork saying, "Oh no, we want to help. We want to do this. We want to do that." So we have partnered with a wholesale printer up here, and we are still fulfilling orders with our clients up here, and working with the Savannah location and making things work. So
wow.
that's our new normal.
Gosh, Kale, I know it's been a rough year for you in a lot of ways, but I just love your resilience. Seriously, we're all in this together. We are.
Yes.
And so all of us whatever we can do to help here, if anybody watching can help, buy local, seriously. Are you going to move back to Savannah?
Well, see, there's the catch. I'm in the process of closing. We moved all the equipment out of the store up here, but I still have 2 more years on the lease, and I'm working with the landlord. We have a real good reputation up here, and I do not want to tarnish that. So I'm looking, LB, you made me think of this when you were talking. We are looking to find some people that want shared workspace or what have you, because it's a brand new build out in Midtown Atlanta, and probably the most affordable rent you'll find in Atlanta. And 2 years is a long time, but if I have to pay the rent, $7,000 a month is a lot cheaper than $105,000.
Oh, Kale, oh gosh. Oh gosh, anybody have any ideas? Oh golly, what a crazy time we're in, guys. Mm.
It was working out.
Yep, you will make it work out. We're all going to make it work out. You watch and see. I'm serious. It absolutely is, and it's one step at a time. I think people get freaked out when we start thinking about the future. Guys, all we have is right here and right now. And right now I see 8 smiling faces on my screen, and thank God we're healthy, and we're right here and right now.
One thing I wanted to say too, and this applies to Kale, it applies to all of us. It's when we all work together that it all is better.
Yeah.
I did, one of those virtual choir things that you see everybody doing. My choir did one of those yesterday, and you feel so vulnerable when you're sitting there recording your little one voice singing into the microphone, and you think, oh my gosh, I really sound awful. And why would anyone want to use this? But you put them all together, and something really super came out of it. It was a nice sound. And I thought, we weren't physically together, but we were virtually together. And that's kind of the story right now. And so I think everyone is trying to figure it out. But if we get together and try to figure it out, we do a much better job with it. And, to put your vulnerability up front is a strong feature, not a weak feature.
Kale's really good at doing that. Just before the show, we were saying, Kale, you need to have your own show. Use this platform even, this is StreamYard. It's a
I'm liking this StreamYard thing. Yeah.
Like Kale is a for me anyway, his 3 a.m. Hi, I just got up and I've walked the Beltway and now I'm talking about what I'm going to do today. They're like, morning motivational moments is what he provides in that way. I was listening to you talk, and my dad used to say, we grew up, I didn't live in public housing, but I lived right next door to public housing. I grew up in Oakland, in one of the more lower wealth sides of Oakland. And, it was a real struggle when I was a kid. And on some of our days when we were the absolute brokest, if that's a word, our brokest days, my dad used to tell me 2 things. He would say, whenever you're broke, do laundry, because there's always $20 in the dryer somewhere. And then he would also say, you know what, whenever you're broke and if you've lost your job and the doors are shut and you're broke as heck, go shopping. And by go shopping, what he would mean, like he would take us and we would walk up to 7-Eleven and we would get an ice cream, or we would just do something that just kind of to relieve the stress. And so now as an adult, we all have our struggles. We've all lost a job. We've all had to struggle financially at one point. COVID has created a struggle for so many, but do laundry, clean house, clean your brain.
That's a good hashtag, Catalina. You need to write a book about your dad. I love all the stories you talk about. Or do a documentary.
Between the boxing analogies and the some of the stuff that he does, but he would say do laundry, clean house, clean your brain, clean mind, body, soul, and then go shopping. It doesn't have to be shopping at the mall. It's like this right here, all of us, this is shopping other people's input, shopping other people's minds, shopping other people's brains. Kale, I shop you every morning for good vibes and motivation. So I think, I love this platform, but I think in all our times of struggle, some of that just core centering stuff is key.
Yeah. We're going to be doing this platform until the pandemic is over. And the other day, you hear January, February, the other day I heard not 2 years, I heard 5 years. Have you heard that?
It's not going away. It's not going away. It might be 2 years before it calms down. It could be 5 years before it's really
back to normal.
We can do a documentary in My dad is from just south of Albuquerque. My whole family lives in Las Lunas, and my dad is actually from the Isleta, Peralta Isleta Pueblo.
Oh wow, we've got to connect.
New Mexico.
The guy who does the scoring for many of my documentaries, he's won a couple Emmy Awards. He's from Las Lunas.
Okay, well, my family there is their last name is Otero, and they like the post office. My cousin runs the post office. My other cousin runs the pharmacy.
I bet I've run into him.
Like I got a cousin for everything down there.
Oh, that's great. Well, we'll have to connect. That's perfect.
My dad was the youngest of 12, so there's a lot of us.
I have a quick question for Kale, because I'm from Albuquerque. What is it exactly you do? What do you sell? What do you work with?
We do graphic design, digital printing, promotional products. We create marketing collateral for your business or nonprofit. And as Paula's shaking her head, she's one of our big motivators and one of our best supporters. So, yeah, she can give you all the down low on that. We also have a thing called Creative Cares, and we pick a nonprofit every quarter and donate X amount of dollars from each sale to the nonprofit. We were doing that both in Atlanta and Savannah. And that's on hold right now because virtually no sales, but it'll pick back up for sure.
That's your.
And also, Kel, your company kept me afloat when I was a SCAD student, so thank you.
We're so glad to see a SCAD success story too. Yes.
Yeah, here's LB's. There's her website there. I always pull pictures ahead of time, and then I get talking and I forget to post them. So I have Savannah Magazine. There's the Savannah Magazine. And the Encourage Health, absolutely. The Encourage Health. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about? Cadbury. This little girl needs a home. This is with Coastal Pet Rescue, and Cadbury came in to Coastal Pet Rescue, I think, in March, and she's still there. So if anybody has room in their heart and in their home for Cadbury, she is looking for a home. So we
I know
have.
it's a popular time for people adopting animals right now. So
Is it?
Hopefully that helps.
I know.
Well,
I've
I
heard
heard
that
Cadbury
people are
because I'm
interested in.
deathly allergic to cats, but my son just started 5th grade. Catalina 2 started 5th grade on Tuesday last week, and this whole COVID thing, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I don't want to get a hypoallergenic puppy or dog. So if anybody ever is in a market or knows a rescue or sees a rescue, let me know, because that's what I'm in the market for.
Oh, well, Coastal Pet Rescue. And I just saw Elena. Hey, Elena. Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Quick break from online class.
Oh, way to go. Okay, hold on a second. We've got Chris. We've got a question here about your documentary. How can people get in touch with you?
Let me unmute. Sorry. Through my website is ChristopherProductions.org. ChristopherProductions.org. We're an organism, and just if you go on there, you can get a hold of me, or you can go directly to me through there through my Chris at ChristopherProductions.org. And at the top of the page, there's a little thing that says documentary class, and you just click on that and it takes you right into it. As I was mentioning, though, there's all these other programs that we've done in vaping and bullying and online internet safety and opioids, alcohol, all the fun stuff. They all are available through those websites. And what we always say is we don't, you can go in through that website into the show website and then download it. And if you can't afford to download it, I think it's $5 or something. But if that's an issue at all, you want to use it for a school or something, just email me directly and we give them away. I mean, we're not making money on the thing. We don't want to make money. We just want to send them out. So anybody who is interested in those things, love to have you come and take a look or check it out.
Thank you, Chris. And we got another comment. Let's talk about a feature where all the nonprofit community associations are led by women. So Courtney, you need to come on next week or the week after, and let's have a conversation about that. Savannah's a great place for this. So let's see.
Absolutely. And my wheels have been turning as an editor. So this has been a wonderful conversation to hear. Oh gosh, lots of lightning.
Yeah, I think you're getting it now.
A wonderful conversation, and I feel yeah. But it sounds like we're on the same page with that listener.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, well, if there's any other things that we want to talk about,
well, I saw something cool in the news this morning about one of our Center Park Credit Union. I did see them today. Isn't that one of our? That's one of our.
Yeah, I saw that in the Atlanta Journal.
Yeah, so they are. I didn't know this. I thought this was pretty cool. So it looks like Georgia State is on the verge of completing their naming rights deal for their football stadium. And it's pending approval of the State Board of Regents, but they are looking to change the name of the stadium, the Georgia State Stadium, to the Center Park Credit Union Stadium.
Very cool.
So that's
so much is happening. So I love hearing business happening during COVID, and it is happening. You know, Center Park Credit Union is opening in September. I mean, they're here now, but they are opening. This beautiful new building just opened in Thunderbolt with End Market. Yeah, there's things happening. Business is happening, and it will continue to happen. So anyhow, just to wrap up, let's just go around the room and just remind people of what they can do. Like Chris, unmute. Signing up for your documentary class.
First, thank you for inviting me in. You have a spectacular town. I love Savannah. I've been now 2 or 3 times, and SCAD is incredible, and Savannah Tech is incredible, and you're the people there. You've got a heart and a soul that's like no other. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Albuquerque in a way, because you're so grounded, and you can tell that, and it's a wonderful thing. And I wish I could be there in person in September, but hopefully I'll see many of you or some of your friends in the class in September, and then next year I'll come back out and we'll put together the class. But the class is not only about documentary, it's production. It's about how to get your message out in the social marketing world through television production and journalism, and how that all works. So would love to have you come join us, ChristopherProductions.org, and it's great to see you all. And it's such a pleasure to meet you all too. I hope I can help or work or do whatever we can together. It's just great. You guys are doing great things.
And Chris, when I get to fly out there to go see my daughter.
Your daughter is out here.
Yeah, she lives right like 2 miles from your house. So we will definitely have coffee out there for sure.
That sounds perfect.
Woo, there goes more thunder. Okay, Paula.
Yeah, the thunder's happening over here for me. But yes, so again, all of you folks that want to talk and bring more health and wellness information to the community here, or actually across the world at this point, because it should be live streamed, Encourage Health. We want to see your application at healthysavannah.org. You'll see on the right the opportunity to apply. They're due by August 21st, 5 p.m. Just go onto the website again, healthysavannah.org, and apply to be an Encourage Health speaker. First session is going to be October 1st of this year, 1 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
Kale, how about you?
Hey, well, I'll be in Savannah next week, and we are cranking back up our rate of care community building program, and I would love to meet up with any nonprofits that need our help or want our help and need training and all. So reach out to me, Kale, at mycreativeapproach.com. I'd love to meet you and get things done.
Absolutely. Kale, I want to introduce you to Napuna, who owns I Volunteer International. He actually, have you met Napuna yet?
No.
Wow, he has this app that matches volunteers with nonprofits, and it's now geo tracking. So you can be in Italy and say, well, not right now with COVID, you know, oh, I'm here vacationing. I like to figure out how to volunteer, you know, and volunteer. And that's the way you get to really meet the locals, you know. So I need to introduce you to Napuna. So very good. Thank you, Kale. LB.
Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't muted. Definitely, the Culturist Union has another roundtable discussion. It's called the Black Millennial Roundtable Discussion. We've done one. I think the next one is going to be on generational trauma, and I think that will be in a week or two. So, like I said, follow the Culturist Union on all social media platforms. If you want to connect and partner with us, we're at www.theculturistunion.com. Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, LB. And Sarah Watson. Go over what.
Absolutely. Yep.
Can you hear me? I keep breaking up.
Sure. So right now, that's okay. It's very rainy out. The big thing right now is for Savannah Magazine. We are seeking submissions for our 2020 New Guard, which is really the best and the brightest across all sorts of industries, whether you're a business leader or an entrepreneur or an artist or kind of anything under the sun. If you think you would be a good fit for this recognition, please go to our website. We've listed the direct link below, but if you actually just go to savannahmagazine.com, look on our homepage, you'll see a post for New Guard 2020 nominations. You can go ahead and click through there, nominate, and then of course, while I'm plugging away, might as well tell you to keep an eye out on our social media pages. We're on Instagram and Facebook. We'll kind of be updating there. Of course, you can also subscribe to the print magazine, and submissions are due September 13th. So you got about a month to think of somebody really amazing that we might be able to feature in our print pages, and that will run in our November-December holiday issue.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah, so much. And I guess, Catalina, where's Elena? Did she go back? Hey, Elena, I want to just give a shout out to this little girl. She just had her 10th birthday, not too long. Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Good.
Have you done any paintings lately?
What?
Have you done any paintings lately?
I'm working on one.
How about, are you working on any TikTok videos?
Not recently, but
No?
I want you to know, and I found it very interesting the other day. You know, everybody thinks, oh, they're 10, they don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. She had about a 2-hour-long conversation with her 5th grade classmates about what are they going to do if TikTok is banned. It's a serious issue for the 10-year-olds of the world. So how's the first day of school going so far?
So far, it's going really good.
Yeah, you're liking it so far?
Yeah,
right?
Better than expected.
Better than expected. Good job. All right. So all things good on the back to school home front.
Yeah, and Catalina and Carmel and I, we get to start our Monday morning.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to everybody who's been posting comments today. Thanks for joining our conversation. It's been great. Courtney Rollins, who just popped in there. And also, happy birthday, Miriam Center.
Aw, very
and happy
good.
Birthday month. Happy birthday month. What's today? I don't even know what today is. The 10th.
The 10th of August.
We are on day 10. We are on day 10 of Diana Morrison's birthday month. So which is a big deal if you're in the community here in Savannah.
And I think Valerie Edgman has an August birthday too. So anyhow, all right, guys. Wow, we almost went an hour, and I know we have a conference call at 10. So everybody, be safe. Wear masks. I know, Carmel saying, wrap it up.
How about, real quick, Kayla, why don't you always have something good to say at the end of your posts in the morning? You know, what does your T-shirt say that you always wear about
I'm a friendly spirit in a human body, is what it says.
Let's all go out and be friendly spirits and human bodies this week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Be well, guys. And we'll see you next Monday right here, 9 o'clock. Bye.